you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little black subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that black subscribe button. Really does help our audience grow, really does help our channel grow, really does help and mean more than you could possibly know. So go ahead, hit that little black subscribe button. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Betfred Sportsbook and the Betfred Sportsbook app. Bet 50 on any game, get $250 in free bets. Thank you again to Betfred. Thank you again to you. Now, here is the video that you came here for. Update on a mega story. And let me just even set the scene here for you on a Saturday morning. So you know we have something big to cover. It is early on the West Coast. The sun isn't even up. I got the hat on. I got hat hair underneath here because we couldn't wait any longer to hit on a story that is brewing in college football. This is a big one. Let's get into it. It involves a guy that we discuss a lot and a program that we all of a sudden discuss a lot. That is Coach Prime and Deion Sanders. And so it's funny, right? Because about, 3-4 days ago, maybe even less, I did an update on just Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, Colorado. Where is Coach Prime's rebuild at, right? So we talked a little bit about, Kavasier Smoke, the running back from Kentucky who committed, Miles Slusher, the safety from Arkansas who committed. And I kind of, in passing, kind of referenced, oh, by the way, Coach Prime and Colorado are still very much in the mix for Cormani McClain, the 5-star cornerback from Florida. Cormani McClain, of course, you remember, was committed to Miami over Florida and Alabama back in, I want to say maybe early November, late October, something like that. Signing day comes, he does not commit. And at that moment, we find out that Coach Prime is trying to pull another rabbit out of his hat, very similar to what he did last year on National Signing Day with Travis Hunter. And so I bring it up because on Thursday, I kind of mentioned in passing, yeah, he's still in the mix for Cormani McClain. Well, it turns out why I'm doing the update right now, it's because he is a lot more than in the mix for Cormani McClain. It's because on Friday afternoon, we got multiple reports that were all very interesting. One, Cormani McClain has said publicly that he wants to commit on January 15th. As I always say, not great at math, but that is this coming Sunday. On top of that, the reports that matter are this. One, multiple reports say Cormani McClain on Friday hopped on a plane and he is visiting the University of Colorado. He is visiting the Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime this weekend as I record, as many of you watch this. Oh, by the way, beyond that, and this one's important, apparently Miami's entire coaching staff, everyone, went to Cormani McClain's high school kind of in a last-ditch effort just to kind of show him, you mean so much to us. You're a priority recruit. We still want you here. We know you decommitted, but you're the one. Come to Miami, be the guy, be the difference, be the next great cornerback, defensive back at the U. Just one problem. He wasn't at the school. So on top of the fact that he is now visiting, the entire Miami coaching staff had no idea. That probably paints a picture that they are not in very much communication with him. And then on late Friday night, probably about 10, 11 o'clock Eastern time, we got not one, but two crystal ball reports from 24/7 Sports that Cormani McClain is set to commit to Colorado. And so while I record here, nothing is official. But to do the old Michael Scott from The Office gift, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. I think by the end of the weekend, Cormani McClain is officially going to be a Colorado Buffalo. And so what I would say, listen, just a couple quick reactions. There isn't much to say that isn't super obvious, but one, oh my goodness, Coach Prime, you did it again, baby. But from a football perspective, a couple thoughts. Football perspective, one, I mean, this goes without saying, it's huge, right? Like it's huge. Right now, if things go as planned, you could argue Colorado has the best defensive backfield in college football next year, less than 2 months after Coach Prime took over. Now, listen, Georgia's got a lot to say about that. Alabama's got a lot to say about that. And the depth of talent at other places isn't going to be as good at Colorado. But at Colorado, this is what you're going to have to pass against if you're in the Pac-12. If you're Caleb Williams, if you're DJ Uiagalelei, who's now at Oregon State, if you're Bo Nix at Oregon, this is who you're going to be throwing against. On one side, you're going to have Travis Hunter, the #1 high school player in America in the class of 2022. And on the other side, oh, by the way, you get a little break on the other side because you're going to throw to the #1 cornerback, but only the #2 player, only in air quotes, in Cormani McClain on the other side. You could argue, I mean, not only the best pair of corners on one team, that we're going to have in college football next year. But name me the last time that we had 2 5-star guys that are going to be projected as top 5, top 10 picks, Travis Hunter, maybe even higher, on one defensive backfield at the same time. Now, I understand there's a lot of things that have to happen between now and then. We're going to go through spring ball, fall camp, all that stuff. Maybe Cormani McClain isn't ready to go the day the season opens. But the potential of those two together on the same field at the same time, it's inconceivable. And remember, Travis Hunter is only going to be a sophomore this year, which means Pac-12 might have 2 years of having to try to throw against those guys. Good luck. But beyond that, let me just say what I continue to say about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and Colorado. This ain't slowing down anytime soon. And this is why I never understood why he wasn't a candidate for every job. And beyond that, I never understood why, frankly, some schools that probably should have made coaching changes didn't and try to get this guy in. Because the bottom line is a couple things. One, Coach Prime proved to be a winner at Jackson State. That's the thing that I think gets lost in all of this. It gets lost in the social media stuff and the recruiting and the this and the that. This guy is a winner. This isn't just some dude who played football who's coming to coach college football. No, this was a guy that went 12-0 in the regular season this year, 11-1 in the regular season last year. I think the number, if my memory was correct, was 23-2 in his last 25 games as head coach at Jackson State. This guy is a winner. But once beyond just winning, by the way, because that's a pretty big part of the job. It's why you ultimately hire a guy. Beyond that, though, once he got Travis Hunter to Jackson State, it proved that he could recruit at the highest levels of college football. Remember, when the Auburn job opened up, and by the way, I think Hugh Freeze is going to kill it at Auburn, so this isn't a criticism of Auburn or of Coach Freeze. But why I bring it up is because I said at the time, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime at Jackson State proved something that Brian Harsin, who at the time was the head coach at Auburn, couldn't or hadn't. It's that he could go head-to-head with Kirby Smart and Nick Saban and Mike Norvell in this case and land a recruit that everybody wants. And so now he's at Colorado, and it is insane how quickly he has flipped everything. Now, I'm not going to start putting out projections and all that. I'm not going to start in January 15th or 14th or whenever you're watching this, start projecting they're going to go 10-2 or 11-1 or college football play. That's not what I'm doing today. But what I am saying is this, that roster is going to look a lot different next year. Cormani McClain, obviously the highest rated recruit that they've gotten committed out of high school in forever. I think I looked it up. I think they've signed like 3 4-stars in the last 4 or 5 classes. They already have 3 4-stars committed for this year. This is after Coach Prime basically took the job in mid to late December. They got a 5-star this year if Cormani McClain ends up coming through. And then beyond that, let's just call a spade a spade. Wait till Coach Prime has his boots on the ground, has his feet on the ground, has a moment to be the Colorado head coach. That 2024 class, I think, is going to be insane. Okay. He's already gotten a 4-star commit in 2024 from the state of Georgia, Omar White, defensive end. Those are the kind of players that you need to build, that you need to win championships, and Coach Prime is doing it. And so that's what continues to stand out about me. The Cormani McClain news is great. The Travis Hunter news when he committed is great. Shedeur Sanders, great. But at the end of the day, this is just the beginning of what Coach Prime is going to do at Colorado. And so Colorado fans, enjoy this. I'll be honest, I have no idea what Coach Prime's ambitions are, but he's going to get other job opportunities because he is going to kill at Colorado. And then again, it goes down to all of the other things that he brings to your program that I just don't understand why everybody wasn't after him this offseason. And again, it's no disrespect to Nebraska, who I think got a great coach, Auburn, who got a great coach, but the excitement, the buzz, I know people are excited. We saw the report this week. Coach Prime kind of leaked it on College Game Day that ESPN wanted them in week 0. They wanted to give them the platform alone in week 0 to make that happen. They're already talking about early in the season, Colorado plays Nebraska, about whether it's College Game Day, whether it's Big Noon Kickoff, being there, the big noon game of the week, being there. And so this is an insane time for Colorado. Enjoy this. Coach Prime, he's just getting started. And as I said, I think by about the end of the day, Sunday, I will have a new update for you on Cormani McClain, because I think he's about to be a Colorado Buffalo. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, make sure to subscribe to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. Also, new episodes available pretty much wherever you download podcasts, Apple, Spotify, And of course, make sure to download full episodes there.